We're gonna
Look,
record.
I ain't mad about it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black History Month, Moments in Black History, Food for the Souls, with your girl, Lady A, and my very special guest today. Girl, no, wait, where are you going? My very special guest, Josephine Howell. Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
As some of you know, and some of you may not know, Josephine is one of my best friends. I love her. She's my prayer partner, my go-to girl, my ride or die.
Yeah.
We was getting ready to go somewhere this weekend, this past
Sure
weekend,
was.
and it snowed.
I guess the Lord was telling us to sit on down somewhere.
Yeah, get somewhere and sat out. Yeah, because actually it was much needed. It was really nice.
Yeah, it
I
was.
actually had to fold some clothes, Josie.
Come on, me too. I ain't put them away though, but I folded
Me
them.
neither, but I'm gonna get there. But I just want to share my sister with all of you during Black History Month. My theme was food for the souls, but sometimes we know that food for your soul is not always something that you eat, that you ingest. We feed our souls daily. And this sister right here feeds my soul. She talks me off the ledge. And she's a beautiful individual. She is a vocalist. I call her the queen of R&B and everything in between. So that pretty much covers it.
Okay, I like that.
If you have not heard Josephine Howell, please go to josephineHowellProductions.com. Check out her Facebook page. And please, this month, Lady A Productions is trying to give back to our Seattle national and local artists. And Josephine, even though she's from Chi-Town, we ain't letting Chi-Town. We love her here in Seattle. And please make sure that you, if you can, and if you will, give her a tip, donate. Just tell her you like $5, $10, something to put in the gas tank. And I will be giving her $25 as a donation from Lady A Productions, just to give back. I cannot ask people to do anything I wouldn't do. So Josie, let's jump in.
What's up, my sister? How
What's
you
going
doing?
on, girl?
You know life. We done went through a snowstorm, and for real, when it snow up here in the Pacific Northwest, most things got to shut down because we got hills and mountains
to climb.
Yeah. So it's been good though. I'm sorry we didn't get to go on our trip, but I know the Lord knows best, and I'm glad that you didn't go and I wasn't able to be there with you, because like you said, we ride.
That's right. I'm gonna tell y'all what a ride or die Josephine is. So I needed to get down to Portland a little bit early. So I said, well, I'll train down. I'm gonna train down. You don't have to really come. She said, oh no, I'm gonna drive down and come get you.
Yes.
Okay, no. That's a ride or die, y'all. But as she said, the Lord had something else. So we know it's just gonna be better when we do go somewhere.
It is. And then we ain't gonna have to do no business. We're just gonna sit down.
We said sometimes as artists, and let's talk about this a little bit, because you and I have been friends for a very long time.
Yeah,
and we support each other when we can. We really do. We try to support other people when we're not working. And you, I appreciate how you celebrate other artists. I really do. And this is Black History Month, and I want people to know that as artists, we should be celebrating one another.
Yeah,
there's room for us all.
Come on. Come on.
But tell us a little bit, tell folks a little bit about you, and then a little bit about your Black experience and excellence, because I can talk about you all day.
I thank you. First and foremost, thank you for putting this platform together. But I'm not surprised, because that's just who you are. I know who you are. I know who you are as your government name, and I know who you are as your performing name, because you could not be the sensation that you are on your performance name if you weren't the sensation you are on who you were born to be, because it's not something you can learn. That's something that is deposited into you, and that's why it comes out. So thank you for this platform, because you as well are always thinking about somebody else. Appreciate you. So a little bit about me, like she said, I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago.
Here we
South side,
go.
twisted. It wasn't the west side. It wasn't in the garden. It was the south side of Chicago. Just want you to know. and but I came up here. I would like to say on divine assignment, because when I came up here, it wasn't the greatest when I left, but I have made a life here, and I have grandchildren here. I have friends who have become family like you. Um, and what I do, uh, I, I give what God has given me to give to others. So my main goal is to help people find their song, and that doesn't mean you have to know how to sing. That just means you have to find your song. You know that song that when stuff goes, you might not, like the old folks say, I might not be able to say a word. I just wave my hand.
Exactly.
Find your song, and to be able to navigate through life, and always get to that point, no matter what you are facing, no matter what. Um, it's my joy to support other artists. I love collaboration.
Ooh, yes.
I don't like mess. I don't like mess, and I don't like messy people. I don't like people who their jealousy of somebody else's I don't even know what to call it, because if you knew what it took to get to some of these
Come
points,
on.
you wouldn't do it either. So and we're not even standing where Gladys Knight or one of them are standing.
Right.
But they people that went before us opened up the way so that we could be on a stage. But if we always remember that the stage does not belong to us, the stage is not, we are blessed to share the stage,
Right.
in order to bless the stage while we're there. And when we leave enough room for somebody else to come up.
Come on.
So I'm grateful. I never I got to this point. Let me say that I arrived at this point, and there are some more places I have to arrive to. But I never think more of myself than I ought to. That doesn't mean I think less of myself. Let me get that out of the way. It's just that I know it's a gift. And the
Josie,
gift is given.
you are a blessing to so many. And for those that have not been to a show, I can't even think of who hasn't been to your show. But in case there are those of you, well, no, there
so
are
many.
Yeah,
there's
still some people out there that we have not touched. So if you
Yes.
have not been to a Josephine Howell show, you will. Her motto is she does not want you to leave the same way you came in.
That's it.
It's a blessing. And one thing that I want people to get from this Black History Moment is to celebrate one another. We need to celebrate ourselves as well, because like you said, when you left Chicago, you didn't leave in the best of times to be leaving, but you came here and you made a life. It is never too late for any of us to turn around.
Come on.
To turn around.
Teach
I have
now.
this sign here. I know you can't read it because it's white back here, but it says, know your worth, then add tax.
Come. Let me get to writing.
Know your worth, then add tax. Josephine Howell is worth so much, and I celebrate her. And we have talked, because we in this industry, things happen. People try to pit you against one another. That, and neither one of us tolerates mess. We don't do drama.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Because if you take me there, I'm gonna go there. I ain't been saved all my life.
And you don't want that trip. Let's not go on that trip. Come on.
Positive. We try to be positive in this work. Tell me a time, Josie, where give me your worst time where you have felt at your worst, and then tell me what is your excellence, what you have strived, because like you said, we're always striving to be better. So it's not just because I'm here and God may have raised me here right now, I'm not stopping there, because there's so much more to do. So can you tell us, I mean, you don't have to reveal any personal information. That's not what I'm asking. I'm just saying
I
the
don't care.
worst time in this industry, and then your excellence, where you felt, you know what, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I think I have a few worst times,
Okay.
but one of my worst times was uh, I think one of my worst times was when my mom said, this was early on.
Mhm.
My mom, I was called to be on, to be take the place on on in New York for Jennifer Holliday to do Dreamville, and they came, and I was 17. No, I was 16, and I was pregnant with my second child, and I wasn't living at my mama's house, but they had to ask my mom because I was underage, and my mom said no. And my mom went against everybody, my dad, my stepdad, my family members, my auntie who she listened to, and they talked to her sister, and she said, no, she not ready.
Right.
And I heard I wasn't good enough, but that's not what she said.
Right.
She said I wasn't ready. Now, I didn't nobody tell me that Jennifer Holliday had had a nervous breakdown. Didn't nobody tell me about the industry. I just was like, this been my dream, and and how could you? And it hurt me to my core. And it was years later down the line, I remember sitting on the bed and listening to actually T.D. Jakes, and he said, if it's dead, get rid of it. And it was basically, he said, why do you keep bringing, he brought the story up about Solomon when he had the two women, and they brought the baby and they couldn't decide, and he said, just imagine this woman trying to nurse this dead baby and bringing it up, and he said, when you attach dead things to it, it ends up killing you too. And I kept replaying this over and over again, and then it hit me. I called my mom and I said, I'm so sorry, I've been mad at you all these years because I heard I wasn't good enough, but you actually saved my life.
Right.
Because I was in a bad state before I had got to listen to that. But I was thinking on my own, I was destructive. Could you imagine all the help I would have got?
This industry is not always nice.
Oh my goodness. And I was doing a little bit in Chicago, and they was feeding me that stuff to make you feel like you can survive.
Do all things.
Look, all that. And I was like, on my own, I was doing a hot mess. And I think the epitome of all the music, it being in all this music, was the last Sounds of the Sound.
At Town Hall?
At Town
Hall. At Town Hall.
And my family was on stage with me singing. Now, I have sang at the White House. I have sang on the Grammy stage. With the choirs. I sang MTV Awards. I have sang for Obama's grandmother, not once, but twice when I went to Kenya. But I have went to London, to different places. I've been to Austria. I've sang on the Grand Ole Opry stage.
Ooh, where I'm trying to get to.
But it meant absolutely nothing compared to my family being on stage with me singing and letting Washington State see where I came from. That was my climax. That was
that's your moment.
Yeah.
That moment of excellence when in your life, and that's beautiful. That's a beautiful story because of the simple fact that, because I want our young people to watch these Black history moments, to learn something from it. And one of the things that I get from what you said, because you've told me that story before, you and I have talked about it before, and the thing that I want people to get from this is that she was 16 and asked to sing for Jennifer Holliday. 16. God sometimes tells us we're not ready, and he will not put us in a position that we cannot get out of.
Now you
will not put us someplace where there's no escape. Sometimes every door that's locked and shut just means you got a better door or a window that's going to open later. Woo!
Mhm.
Come on.
Come on. You're going to make me run around my own family room right now.
These are the kind of talks that Josie and I have. We get each other running.
This is it right here. This ain't nothing new.
Right. I ain't wrote nothing down. We just talking.
Lord.
You know, and I want our young people to get that. I really do. It's important. It really is. Just because somebody tells you no, that's not the end of your story.
Come
God
on.
has something for you. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you. And can I just share this?
You can share anything you want.
I'm gonna share this. So it's about you. I
Uh-oh.
remember in your earlier stages when
Yes.
I finally got a chance. And I remember this question that you used to always pose about you. And my prayer would always be, Lord, let her see what she does for us.
Oh.
Because you are a true entertainer. And I say this because some people might get offended at the title, girl, I'm about to plunk out. Some people might get offended at the title of the hardest working woman, but I've watched you work.
Oh, thank you.
And I've watched you say, I might be scared, but I'm going to do it. I'm not sure, but I'm going to do it. And then I thank God for, I'm going to say his name, John Oliver.
Thank you.
Because God placed him there. I thank God for even Gary before him, that they stayed behind you. I remember you asking me a question before, and I told you, I'm not gonna say the question you asked me, but I remember.
You can say it, honey. We ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah, because you were saying, you were questioning, were you good enough? Like, what you mean? Were you good enough? I don't seem like those people, and I don't do like that. But I remember I would break my neck when I wasn't doing something to come see you. You know, now I do used to say, oh, I wish you wouldn't say those words sometimes.
He's talking about my early years, y'all.
Oh, baby, in the early years, it would be people running to get cussed out. You understand?
Cuss our audience out in a heartbeat, and they loved it.
But I watch you persevere. I watch you take the lumps. I watch you take the jealousy. And I would be thinking in my head, who in the world want to work that hard? Who wants to be booking their gigs, calling the people, setting it up, getting in the band together, doing this? And I watch you put your sound together.
Thank you, Josie, but this ain't about me.
No, but many people don't understand. You said you want a message to young people. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you about this. Let me give you this message right now to young and to people in it. I don't regret where I'm at in my life.
That's right.
I'm sure Lady A don't regret where she's at in her life. Number one, because we know if it had not been for the Lord,
come on,
we'd have been crazy. Because both of us look, life is like the EKG machine. We done had some ups, but baby, we done had some downs. But as long as it's going up and down, we good.
Come on.
We good. But if you ever get to a place where you need somebody else to tell you that you're good, you done already messed up already. If you don't understand that there is something that you bring to the table and not compare it to nobody else, it's an insult to God, it's an insult to you, and it's an insult to the people that you're standing before, because they don't get the genuine you. They get a carbon copy of somebody else that you're trying to be. Be yourself. Just be. Yes. It's good enough. It's good enough. Perfect yourself.
Right.
Perfect that which can bring somebody else to another level. But if you're trying to compare yourself with, I ain't gonna never be nobody but Josie. And some people say, well, you don't have to feel like that, because you got good. Everything that is good in my life I got, it came from the Lord.
Come on.
He don't have no shortage. and it said the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. So sign up. Sign up.
And I'm going to say this about my friend Josie. Now, this is not supposed to be about me. This is supposed to be about her. But God bless you. I love you.
I love you.
She's talking about a point in my life where I didn't want to sing anymore. I was not happy with me.
Yep.
I wasn't happy with what I was doing on that stage. There comes a point in your life, and really, this is for our young people. This is for our young people. This is for our young people. I'm just gonna keep saying this is for our young people. And even and maybe some are, because it took me to be 50 years old to realize that I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of doing the same thing. I was 50, had been singing, had sung in many places, making money, the whole thing, doing the whole thing.
Many places, yes.
Many places.
Great career.
Places, but I was not happy with what I was doing. The confidence wasn't there because I was doing what other people wanted me to do. But this is my message. Get you some friends that pray. Woo! Did I say it? Get you some friends that pray. Get you some friends that are genuine friends, not somebody who just gonna tell you something just because it sounds good and because they want to get into the next gig with you, or they want to get in free, or they want to come travel with you. That's not the kind of friend. This woman right here, I hope I'm pointing the right way. That woman, that's my ride or die. We don't have to talk every single day. You don't have to have a friend that you talk to every day, but you need a friend that you will call up and say, I need you to pray for me, and they pray. I need the kind of friend I got right here tells me the truth.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's what we want to leave with y'all.
Yes. Oh, excuse me, and vice versa. She'll tell me the truth too.
Oh, will.
I don't need nobody stroking me. Don't lie to me. Lies keep me in trouble.
And sometimes it takes us to go through some things to get to a certain point. We all are at different levels. But without God,
come on,
I can do nothing.
Nothing.
And I've learned that. And I'm grateful. But now let's get back to you.
Hey.
So Josie, you sing, now you know my favorite song. When she sings Gravity, I just want to holler and tell John Mayer, you know what? You need to just go get that song to her. We love you, John Mayer. We love you.
We love you.
Call her. He sings Gravity, and that's one of my favorite songs. I was in the car before Snowmageddon. Okay. And I'm always playing my music, and I play a mixture of gospel, blues, so it'll all be mixed in together because that's how I roll, and that's where my inspiration comes from. And Gravity came on, then a gospel song came on, and then Hallelujah came on. If y'all have not been to a show where she sings Hallelujah at the end of the show and walks around and hugs every single person, now I'm gonna tell you, I tried that one time. I was singing Hallelujah. I was singing one of my songs, and I tried. I was at Muckleshoot Casino. Woo! And I tried to hug every single person. Woo. By the time I got up by the time I rolled out of bed the next day, I said, oh no, we won't be doing the Josephine no more. That's what I call it, the Josephine. We won't be doing that no more. That's a Josie thing. That ain't a Lady A thing. But to hear you when I was in my car and listening to it, it made me realize how much I do miss live music, not so much for myself, but being able to hear you when I've been able to hear you and be in a show and watch how people react. Tell me, what made you first start doing that? I remember the first time I saw you do it, you probably did it maybe before I saw it. But I remember we were at McDowell's.
Yep.
And I saw you do it. I was like, she gonna hug everybody.
Yes.
What got you doing that?
Because I know what music, I know sound, right? I know what sound can do. Sound can break through barriers, and it can travel, and it can get to it. But there's a frequency, right? There's a frequency that shatters the atmosphere, that can change the atmosphere. But I do know about laying of the hands. And so for all of you that don't know, you're never gonna have a conversation with me. I'm never gonna get an opportunity to let y'all know that I am an instrument from the Father. So I saw something in the audience, right, while I was singing, and it touched me. It wouldn't let me go. So I said, Father, what do I do? So I went out and I wanted to put my hands on. And when I put my hands on her, she broke down and cried. And now, so we at, McGowan's, we at out here.
Right.
They supposed to be partying.
People drinking and yeah. Right.
Yeah, but there
Yeah.
was something going on inside of her.
Yeah.
That everybody around her either was ignoring it or they didn't know. Maybe they was just trying to lift her up, or maybe they just didn't know. And I laid my hands on her. And then I just kept singing and I looked in her face. And then the people around, I laid my hands. Then they started paying attention to her. And then I laid my hands and he just said, keep going. So I just wanted to touch him because, you and I, we could be singing to empty chairs.
Correct. Yep.
But it's the people that come out and that the owners of the places see, oh, they can fill a house. That's what it is. Or they can put people in the seats. It ain't got to be full, but right. They good for my business. So in turn, it's my thank you, and it's my blessing before you go home. It's touching. And when we did town hall, the band was like, "Are you serious?"
Okay. If you were not at town hall, there was like 1,000 people.
And we gonna touch every last one of them. They said that was the longest hallelujah they ever played. But I wanted the band to understand, you're not just playing a song. Right. As this is going forth, this is the truth. This is what is deposited in me. When somebody comes out to hear you sing, you, me, anybody, or hear somebody play, they have opened themselves up. They've opened themselves up and say, okay, what are you putting inside of me? I trust what you put inside of me. We are responsible for what goes in them, for what we're putting in them, because they open themselves up. And so don't just play to be playing.
Come on.
Hit that frequency that reaches the heart. Hit that frequency that changes their circumstances. If you're playing what's going on, hit that frequency on what's going on that says, it's an awakening. If you playing cabbage and cornbread, hit that frequency that knows what cabbage and cornbread does for the soul. It's comfort food. If you hitting that, if you playing these songs and there is nothing behind it but notes and chords and voices, it's an empty space, and you held accountable for that. It's part of your charge. It's part of your charge, whether you understand it or not. Ignorance of a situation does not leave you okay about it. Just because you're ignorant of the fact does not mean that you're still not responsible. Got to be responsible.
And this goes back to talking to our young artists that are coming up to show you how, and we're going back to this. I love how this conversation is going. It goes back to the fact that I was not happy with what I was seeing early in my career. I was making money. I was making money hand over fist. We was making money. But I was not happy in doing it. So I came to this realization that I wanted to do something different. And like Josie said, thank God for John Oliver III and for Gary Smith when they were, when Gary was alive, and John is still with me. Because then they allowed me, they pushed me.
Yeah, they did.
They encouraged me to say, no, when you get in front of an audience, you do something to them. So now do it your way. And when I got to write my own lyrics and say what I really wanted to say, so I was responsible for those lyrics that I sang. I'm not a big rap fan, but there's some rap music that is good and has a message. If you got a message, I'm gonna listen. If you just out there cussing and talking about folks just because you can and you making money, I'm not getting nothing out of that. So I'm not gonna listen to you.
No.
So thank you for bringing that up, Josie, because we are responsible as artists. Mm-hmm. And it's something we really are. It's something that I didn't learn till late, that actually, because I didn't think, people just coming out, they just drinking it. But no, if you can touch that one person, I don't care if everybody else walk out. If you get one person that took something from something that you sang, there's the blessing.
Just one.
Just one.
And think about it. What do you want to feel like when you go out for a concert? You want to feel like, I done heard people. That bum came up there and sang 3 songs, talked the rest of it, and then don't leave out. The person before them did more than that.
Right.
I'd be like,
Look, I walked out of a Stevie Wonder concert one day, crying my eyes out.
Come on.
Okay, touched me from the bottom of my soul. He sang a gospel song and tore it up, tore the Paramount up. Patti LaBelle came out and rolled across the floor. Those are moments you don't forget. And she was singing about her sister who had cancer, and it was just, those are the moments. Those are the moments. Those are those moments of excellence. You know, you know. So when you talk about town hall, I was at that concert. Me and all our people.
Yes.
It was I love the diversity of our audiences. I love the stories that you tell in music. And I can't wait to get I already got a Josephine Howell CD, but I'm waiting for her to write some stuff that I know that's gonna come from down here, and so I can really cry.
It's some stuff, and and I just want to put a plug in. I'm gonna put a plug
in. Of course.
My daughter, Shae, is an exquisite writer, and she has wrote some songs for me. And then I always bring my daughters because I don't. Let me tell y'all, little Josie, when she in the house, I be wanting to throw shoes at her. That sing it, you hear me? And then she'd be like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to sing. I don't. And Shae, I don't want to sing. And all my sons can rap and write and dance, and but all of us have stuff that when we listen to it and read it, the family be like,
yeah,
hey, we need to do that. And we'd be like, no, this is our baby. And we go, but, ha, 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 ha. I tell you, my friend tells me the truth. I'm about to let that go. Because look here, it might help somebody, it might lift somebody, it might encourage somebody. And that's what it's about.
You know why I push you is because I hear you sing other people's songs and you do it exquisitely without effort, and it touches somebody's heart all the time. And because I personally know you, and we just gonna take a minute because I'm just gonna talk to her like she's my sister. We just do what we do. I'll excuse us for just a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. We'll be right back. Look, you have something in you to say. That's all yours. That God gave you to say, to share with somebody else, whether it's you and your daughter's writing or if it's just you, how you unfold it and unpack it. I want to hear it. I want to hear from Josie. That's why I'm always saying you need to write. I know you can. Your daughter's right. Your son's right. You have a message. Your family has a message. There's history there. Get back to Black history, y'all. Y'all, we back now. I said what I said. My girl right there. So Josie, tell us, and she knows I love her to death. I love her. Love the whole family.
Yes.
And speaking of Deborah, I'll be looking for that chicken salad. But anyway, let's get back.
Meet her in the kitchen. Meet her in the kitchen.
We're gonna get ready to go because I know I'm holding you long, but you know what? When we get to talking, we just
I love you.
I love you too.
We be on the phone this long, so it's all good.
I know. So I know you're gonna sing for us before we go.
Yeah.
But before we go, did you think about that? Whatever you want to sing. But I'd like you to tell our audience, leave them an inspirational word for Black History Month. Even though we are Black 7/24/365.
Come on.
But during February, I'm blackity black. I tell people that all the time. And I want you to remember, know your worth, then add tax. Okay? Because we are an excellent people. We come from kings and queens, not just slaves. Leave us something that you would like to tell seniors, people in general, and our youth.
I like to tell our seniors this. First off, I bow before no man, only before God. But I humbly tilt my body and tell you thank you. Thank you for paving the way. Thank you for taking the bruises. Thank you for taking the letdowns. Thank you for taking the disappointments. And thank you for taking all of that sickness and using it as fertilizer to put some good seeds in the ground and grow some good things for us. I will never say you didn't do enough because I'm a living witness. I'm part of your legacy that you did more than enough. Thank you for my generation. I say that as we were able to reap the good fruit from the trees that our elders planted, and as our bellies got full, I pray we never forget that it took something for us to get here. And that now that we can sit in fine houses and drive fine cars and work at nice businesses and have bank accounts that look better than most people, let us not forget that the people that came in front of us paved the way for us, and that we are responsible to pave the way for the other ones. But we should never forget that we got here because somebody loved us enough to go through something so that we could be here. And for our young people, I know you think you started something. You ain't started a movement. You added on to the movement that was already started, that you would be able to be heard in your movement. Don't ever get too up on yourself that you forget that even though it doesn't look the way you want it to look, somebody had to break the ground. Somebody had to plant the seeds. Somebody had to water them. And as God gave the increase, you were able to reap the benefits of it. Now, it might not look the way you want it to look, but baby, you didn't see it before all this. Ooh. So learn to say thank you as you're moving forward. And as they say, the ancestors and all those behind you, they've already made the way. And there is one that is interceding on your behalf. So all you got to do is go on the straight line and you'll be all right. Never forget that the best leader knows how to serve the best. So if you can't serve your fellow man, you're probably going to fail as a leader. I love you, though.
Ain't lying. She been for real. Start crying. I'm back there going, yes. Thank you. Thank you for that message. You are my last special guest for this month. I've had some incredible artists this month come through, from Bobby Rush to Jacqueline Hardy to Dexter Allen to Paul Richardson to Tuck and Patty, Mattia Oliver, John Oliver III, and now my girl Josephine Howell.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure, if you can and if you will, please donate to Josephine. Your girl Lady A is getting no money from this. This is an opportunity to give back. We need to support our own in Black excellence, not just during Black History Month, all through the year. Continue to support, continue to lift up, and continue to watch out for all that come within your path. For you might be the only story that anybody ever hears, especially if you're talking to us. Bible. I'm just throwing that in there. So as we get ready to leave, Josephine Howell is going to take us out. Your girl, Lady A. Lady A Productions presents Moments in Black History, Food for the Souls. I hope you have been fed, something has been said, or you've been inspired and encouraged. something that has been said, sung, or an eye glance. I make faces. Black History Month, remembering our past as we celebrate our future. Ms. Josephine Howell, y'all.
If I can help somebody as I travel along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or a song, if I can show somebody that they're traveling wrong, then my living will not be in vain. If I can do my duty as a Christian, if I can share salvation with the world once wrought, if I can teach the message that the Master taught, then my living will not be in vain. Then my living is not in vain. My living is not in vain. If I can help somebody as I travel along, in my living will not, my living will not, then my living will not be in vain. Don't let your living be in vain.
That is Miss Josephine Howell, the queen of R&B and everything in between, right here on Lady Ace presents Moments in Black History, food for the souls. We hope you have been fed today. Remember, donate and tip if you can and if you will. Otherwise, keep us in your prayers. We love you. God bless you. Happy Black History Month! But let's celebrate 7/24, 365. Remember, lift someone up, encourage somebody, and inspire someone. Bye-bye, y'all.